Today we're going to talk about getting some balls. Let's just cut to the chase. We're going to talk about the methods in which you can acquire Ascendant alloys, and then I'll tell you some pros and cons to each one for efficiency's sake. So we're going to start off with the easy one, which is Master Rahul. So if you didn't know, Rahul sells you a quote-unquote free Ascendant alloy every week for 400 shards. I say free, but really, 400 shards is a lot for like a new player. Anyways, so obviously the pro is it's basically a free golf ball because you can just buy it. The con is you have to wait another week to get another one, so it's not time efficient, but it's easy. Moving on to the next one. Your next source is Nightmare Containment on the Moon by just doing the Leviathan public event. So Ascendant alloys can drop from this event at the end. I don't know if you have to actually kill the boss or just get to stage 3 and complete it to get an Ascendant alloy. I imagine you have to pretty much kill the boss to get a chance for it to drop. In any case, either way, the drop rate here is actually pretty low. I feel like it's 20% or less to actually get an Ascendant alloy from doing Nightmare Containment. So that's a con right there. But the upside is it's, pretty easy, pretty free. You can quite literally solo your way to a boss and then, maybe use a Storm Grenade build and solo it, or more people will just spawn in over time while you're completing the event. So pro, it's easy. Con, it's a low drop rate. So take that how you will, and we're going to move on to the next one. Up next is Master Wellspring on the Savathûn Throne World. This one is similar to the Leviathan public event. You just got to do Wellspring on Master and run it back. And I would say the drop rate is probably similar to that of Nightmare Containment, something in the 20% range, maybe 25%. It doesn't feel like it drops very commonly, although obviously I don't have the statistics to back that up because I don't work for Bungie. But I would say this is less efficient just because it's Master, so it requires you to be a certain level, you have to do certain champion mods, and of course you have to actually get 5 other people to run this. So efficiency-wise, I would not do this. However, I will say if you're farming red borders for Wellspring for the weapons to get in the Throne World, or maybe you're just getting the glaives, or the patterns for the glaives to drop, well, I mean, getting the drop is a whole different conversation, but yeah, if you're trying to get those, then maybe it's efficient for you, because you're kind of doing a 3-for-1 with the glaive, red border, and Ascendant alloys. That could be good. Otherwise, don't really do Wellspring. You could just do Nightmare Containment. Next up is this season's seasonal activity, which is Catch Crash, or in this case, Master Catch Crash. So some people may not know this, but in Master Catch Crash, you can not only get an Ascendant alloy, but you can actually get up to 2 alloys per run. I think this is the only activity that can actually award more than 1 in a single run. So what you basically have to do is do Master Catch Crash, and yeah, it requires 5 other people and to be a decently high light level. But once you actually get those people, it's fairly relaxing. It's not very difficult. You just gotta not play dumb, and then you just gotta kill the champions during the activities. I know that sounds easy, but with blueberries, man, I can't tell you the amount of times I've had bosses die while a champion's still up, and it kind of screws you over. The reason it screws you over is because at the end of the activity, you get a score for both rooms. So basically, let's say you do room 1 and you don't kill a champion, you get silver, and then room 2, you get another champion who doesn't die, and you get gold in that room. And then at the end of the encounter, when you kill the boss, it'll say, silver, gold, silver, platinum, whatever it may be, and that probably screws over your chances of getting the alloys. But if you do kill the champions before killing the bosses and your team is competent, then you have a chance to get up to 2 alloys per run. So efficiency-wise, it's pretty good. Obviously, this is the current seasonal activity, so most people are probably farming for the red borders for the weapons still, like the scout rifle, the linear, etc. So it's a good method to do, especially with it being populated currently, because the current season. So it's basically a better version of Wellspring, I think. And it's the second best thing you can do to get alloys. And now we're going to talk about the number 1 method. So this method is by far and away the best way to get Ascendant alloys, and it's not even close. And that is the weekly Savathûn Witch Queen story missions. Now, specifically, I'm going to talk about 2 of them, because most of the missions are really long and not really worth the time investment, in my opinion. But there are 2 in particular that are worth it. Those 2 are the Last Chance mission, which you're going to be seeing on screen, and then the Ghosts mission, which will come back in a couple weeks from when this video goes live, actually. So you should keep an eye on that. The reason I bring these 2 up is because if you just simply bring a busted character, you can zoom through all these encounters with, like, let's say 8 minutes or less in Ghost, and then under 12 minutes in Last Chance. Time-wise, that's pretty damn good, considering it's a master activity with champions and Hive Guardians and all that. And the best part for this is, Ascendant alloys have a ridiculously high drop rate in this activity. I'm talking like 75%, maybe 80% drop rate on alloys. I've ran this many times, and I can say that I've had streaks where I've gotten 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. I've seen my teammates get the same thing, both at the same time, so it's not like a one-time fluke kind of deal. The drop rate is very high for doing these story missions. Now, in case you want a recommendation for these story missions, I would go with A, Bonk Hammer Titan, which is solar. I have a build for that unkillable god build for Titans on my channel. And then also Storm Grenade Titan, which just nukes everything with, you know, the grenade button. You can also run Caliban's Hand on Hunter to make everything explode with your knives over and over and over, and then just bring champion mod weapons with you. And for Warlock, you can run Well with Starfire, or a Dawn Chorus build, or even a Controversial Nova Bomb build. As long as you really have one of those Titan builds, honestly, they can just plow through everything, and you can back them up with your abilities, and you get it done nice and breezy. So, that's it. Those are the 2 story missions I'd recommend. If you can, wait for one of those missions and just farm allies from that. But if the missions aren't around during the other weeks where the missions are obnoxiously long and not worth it, then I'd probably recommend you do Catch Crash, or I guess if you can't get people, do Nightmare Containment, and those are your best bang for your buck in terms of efficiency, pros and cons, all that. Also, I'm going to leave it off with a question or a statement, I guess, before the video completes. How come we don't have Ascendant alloys for something like Master Keitel, GMs, maybe the Master Raid weekly rotation, once hopefully raids are all Master next season when they get updated? I don't know, just spitballing, Bungie, you know, just give me, I'll do it for you, you know? Just hire me, all these great ideas. Mind blown. Alright, but in all seriousness, hopefully they actually update more ally options for, like, you know, farming content next season other than the seasonal activity. Other than that, and that's it. That's the video. Let me know if that helps you guys out. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. It does help the channel. Much appreciated. Also stream daily on Twitch. Link in the description. Catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.